Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today we're talking about how wanting nothing can make you so powerful. This is inspired by a funny thing that happened a few Halloweens ago. I was out with a bunch of buddies, and we sort of were keeping tabs on how many people came up to us and wanted to buy us a drink or hang out or whatever. And I was the only gay person in this group of guys, and at the end of the night, I had more girls coming up to me being like, "Hey, what's your name? Do you want to buy me a drink?" This sort of thing. And we were trying to figure out why exactly. We all are kind of the same mid-level standard, mid-style. Costumes weren't amazing, and we came to the conclusion that it's because I really didn't want anything from these girls, and they could probably tell that I didn't have a motive. I wasn't nervous or hey, can I buy you a, I didn't have any of that. And although it's kind of a dumb situation and it was silly and ridiculous, it kind of got us all thinking about the idea of, man, if you want nothing, if you have no desire, that kind of makes you very powerful. And I had this again recently where I was just at a hockey game and there was an older fellow who was watching the game, and I didn't know if he had a kid in the game or what was going on, but I just went over and was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we had this great conversation, and at the end of the conversation, he thanked me, and he was like, it was really nice to talk to you. He's like, "At first I was kind of hesitant because I thought you were trying to I thought you were a missionary, or you were trying to sell me something, sell me God, sell me a timeshare in Tampa or something." And he was like, "It's just nice to hang out with somebody who doesn't want anything, just wants a nice conversation." And again, it made me think, man, not wanting anything is a really powerful phenomenon, and not having strong wants or desires. And my aunt often uses the phrase, the man who has everything has enough. And I've kind of butchered that a little bit, so sorry. But essentially what it means is that if you can feel content with who you are, what you have, the people in your life, you're kind of rich. You're kind of very bountiful and fruitful, and you don't need anything from anybody. You're just happy to be where you are and exist. And I think we don't talk about this enough. In social media, we're always considering, oh, you need to have this thing, you need to do this, you need to get new clothes, you need to get a better body, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on. And obviously, people are trying to sell you stuff. People are trying to motivate you to do X, Y, Z. And we all have to do this. It's a path, it's a valid career, it's a thing people do to make money. But not wanting anything from anybody is the truest form of friendship, connection, family. I don't want anything from my family except their lovely company and except their lovely time. And that goes for my friends and everyone in my life. But just not having the desire to amass great wealth and have everything, it gives you this edge. And I think it's really special. And I think you can cultivate it in your life. You can understand and do some good reflecting and some good self-reflecting on who you are as a person and say, you know what? I have enough. I have some goals. I have some things I'd like to reach and attain. But when it comes to the constant desire to have more, just telling yourself, no, I'm good. I'm really good. I really enjoy where I'm at. And everything else becomes a bonus. Everything else becomes a cherry on the top, So that's kind of what I've been thinking. The idea that wanting things sort of creates this dependency or this ambition. And while it's fine to have ambition and drive, and it's fine to go for your goals, and it's fine to go to work every day and pay the bills, realizing that you have it pretty good in certain situations. Obviously, in certain areas of our life, we're always going to struggle and have anxiety and difficulties. But when you really have no motive, when you have no desire for a specific thing, that kind of makes it almost easier to acquire. It makes it almost easier for you to end up with that thing because you're not stressing about it, you're not anxious, you don't have this weird desperation. And there's a lot to be said for like anxiety and desperation holding people back and preventing us from getting what we want. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll talk to you tomorrow.